Here we go. Well, just wait to see if anyone will come in. But I'm pretty ticked off right now. Telling the God's honest truth. With the CPS as it is. But, you know, it's crazy. Crazy what's going on. I'm in our camper right now. A little van conversion. Trying to situate myself because the sun's in my eyes. There we go. That's better. So anyway, yesterday I went to see Choicey Davis. Well, Choicey Davis gives me a piece of paper and asking me to sign it. And I felt in my spirit, don't sign it. So I didn't. I turned around and said to her, can I take this so I can present this to my legal representative? Which I sent him a copy of it. But also I've been asking questions about this paperwork. This entails to visitation of Lila. Lila wants to see me. CPS are trying to stop her. There are two people outside of the family that go to the visitation. Hello, God bless you. Bless you. That goes to the visitation. Gloria MacDonald and Martha Johnson. But all of a sudden they turn around and say, I need to have fingerprint and also need a criminal background check for visitation. Well, I come to find out that's a lie. You don't need all that for visitation. That's for when I actually finally, move back in the home and Lila's there. Every way we turn to try to, how could I put it, meet their demands, they then twist it around and make a lie. And 1 minute they turn around and say that Christina and the rest of the family can go into visitation, take photos and videos, can turn around and take pizza, and snacks and toys for the kids to play with into the visitation. Yesterday, get this folks, yesterday, Choicey Davis of the Orange CPS office. You can find them, by the way, off the 62 exit. When you go under the I-10, if you're coming down the 62, or if you're coming from Louisiana, you come around the Loop Road, okay, you go past Whataburger, they're down there on the right, okay? They turn around and say, now you cannot take no photos, no videos, no snacks, no toys into the visitation for them to play with. I say them. Because then all of a sudden it's twisted. Oh, Crystal can turn around and take toys for Braden, but you cannot do anything for Lila. Oh, that makes me mad. They are trying to drive a rift between mother and daughter. They're trying to cause a rift between, I'm a stepdad, but she calls me dad. Within 2 weeks of me being in Lila's life, she walks up to me, tilts her head sideways, she goes, can I call you daddy? Now I looked at her and my heart just broke. And I turned around and said, sweetie, you can call me anything you like. She said, I won't call you daddy. I go, okay, you call me daddy. I'm your daddy. That little girl loves me to death and back. And this has all come about all because Amanda Brown accused me. Hello? Accused me. I turned around and told Christina today I'm going to let all this out because I am upset. But I'm going to do it in an angry, professional manner. Okay? Because I'm a Christian. This all come about because Amanda Brown, the notorious Southern Texas meth head, decides to go on a rampage in the back of this van that I'm in right now and kick out this window that we fixed with plexiglass, okay, and hangs on a roof rack and says that me and Crystal kidnapped her and beat her. Did not happen. And all of a sudden, 5 months later for me, okay, Amanda comes clean and tells the truth. But CPS officers go and see Amanda while she's still coming down off meth before Amanda decides to tell the truth. Amanda blabs her mouth about all different types of crud to the CPS office. And now my charges have been dropped. Case dismissed. Notice I said charges dropped. I'm a legal beagle. I'm a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And do I have the right to have righteous anger? You bet I do. I'm sick and tired of this CPS office. I'm sick and tired of the CPS office as it is. Okay? And CPS all right across the United States, with everything I've been learning, with everything I've gone on to Google about, you need to start Googling and educating yourself about this CPS. Because CPS are so corrupt. They will even do drive-bys with your kids playing in the garden. They could be playing on their little toys, playing on a trike, whatever, in your garden. Hello? They will notify the address, go back to office, falsify some documentation, come back and take your kids. And if you don't believe me, go to the Texas whistleblower on YouTube. I believe his name is Marcus Carlos. Texas whistleblower. CPS corruption in Texas. He will turn around and tell you the same because he is a former CPS officer and turned into a whistleblower, left the situation, left the job. You know, you don't even have to have a degree or anything like that to work as a CPS officer. You could even be an engineer. Get that? You could be working at the chemical plant and decide you want a career change. And all of a sudden, you can be a CPS officer. You don't have to know no crud about child psychology or nothing to be a CPS officer. What about that? How crazy is that? Nancy Schaefer and her husband, you must have all heard of this on the news, were murdered about 2 years ago. She was then going to go into Congress with stacks of paperwork to disband the CPS. She and her husband were murdered just before she was about to produce evidence. Oh, hello. Rather curious, isn't it? Huh? The CPS office is so corrupt. It's unreal. My sweetheart has to do a drug test every month. They badger her. Hair follicle, pee test, urine test. They turned around and took massive big, and Brenda Rowell knows about this, took big massive chunk out of the top of her head, leaving a bald spot and causing pain to the top of her scalp on one of those hair follicles. So much so that Christina don't do hair follicle no more. She'll go to, I think it's called Spindle Top, MHMR or something like that, for a blood test. She won't go to the Right Choice. Right Choice drug testing in Orange, Texas, switch drug tests. Well, yesterday, I went to Right Choice, because Choicey Davis asked me to do a drug test. I went there to prove a point. Let's see if they do a drug test switch, because I don't touch drugs whatsoever. None. I hate drugs with a passion. I put a man away in prison in England for running over my Rottweiler, and I found out he was a drug dealer. So I turned around and helped Sergeant Jeff Brenling and Sergeant Bob Brown, who are two pastors. They are police officers, but two pastors of Taverham Evangelical Church in Taverham, Norwich, England. I helped them put him away. I hate drugs with a passion. So let's see if they turn around all of a sudden and say, I test positive. Because I will go down to Spindletop in my jar, and I will have a drug test. When it comes back negative, man, I am gonna go off the deep end. Why does my sweetheart have to be subjected to this crud all the time? Why is it now she's not allowed to take photos of her little girl? My stepdaughter, our baby girl, Lila. Why is it we are not allowed to video and have fun? Why is it you can't take a cell phone in to turn around and do karaoke with and have sing-alongs with your daughter, okay, and your grandson with their favourite songs? One of favourite songs, well, here's two actually, favourite songs of Lila's is by Ray Boltz, Thank You. The other one is The Altar, and Lila loves those songs. And here's another thing. Yesterday, I found out, I'm glad you're all coming in. I'm praising God for this right now. Another thing, all of a sudden, they asked, why did you bring two dresses to the contact? It was Valentine. We were having Valentine dress up, says Christina, to the CPS officer Joycey Davis. Well, Lila don't like dresses. Excuse me? Lila would pick out dresses and come to Mummy and say, Mummy, does this look good to go to church in? And they say Lila don't like dresses. I know where this is going. Now I'm going to start naming names on this one as well. Did you know, or you probably do by now, Rhonda Clark and Cheryl Langford, who used to formerly live at 210 Maple Lane in Conroe, Texas, are gay. Lesbian. What's the other word? Sorry, Lord, for putting it this way. Dykes. And they turn around and are they trying to turn around and turn our little girl? Because our little girl used to love wearing dresses. Now she likes wearing pants. Hello? What's going on here? Something odd, don't you think? Now you guys know, normally I'm pretty passive when I do my videos. And you've seen the last one when I was in McDonald's waiting for them to come out of the Conroe CPS office. Bless you. God bless you. Well, I certainly will turn around and tell Christina. She needs a lot of prayer. A lot of prayer. You know, she turned around. It broke my heart the other day. Literally. She turned around and played a song. And it's hard to say goodbye. She broke down and cried on my shoulder for about 20 minutes. You need to download the app. Call X. It will record all phone calls that are made. It'll also block unwanted calls. Don't block the CPS ones. If they ever turn around and come knocking on your door. The CPS office are out to make money from your kids. In England, we call it skanking. They will skank government-funded money by taking your kids. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrats. The Democrats started this off in the first place. What I've seen with my Google research to do with the Clintons. The CPS needs to be shut down. The government, when a president is elected, what do they say? For the people and of the people, but when it comes to you and your rights, screw you. That's what it is. They just want to get in power because it's money. They want to walk all over you. You think slavery's gone? No, it's just changed into a different form. It doesn't matter if you're black, white. Doesn't matter. We're all slaves of a corrupt government. And I would love, like I'm seeing what's happening in England now, people to go out with bullhorns, billboards, and start protesting. Because this government is after your kids. Do you get me? Do you understand? You don't know what it's like until you've been there. And there are some on this Facebook who are good friends of ours who have been there, wore the t-shirt. So they know. But there's some of you who don't. You need to wear up. Wise up. This country is out to screw its citizens over. Fact. And I got all the proof to prove it. Yes, both kids are with Rhonda. Yes, they are. And get this? By the way, I don't know if you're going to be angry, laugh, or find this totally pathetic. Rhonda, who is married to Cheryl Langford, is taking daddy classes. How sick can you get? A lesbian couple who Christina used to travel all the time from Orange to Conroe, even when Rhonda had surgery on her feet. And she would come over early in the morning and cook for her, clean up and make meals for her, and then we would go home. And Rhonda turned around and said, in court, perjury, okay, that they have been fighting all their lives. What? I remember sitting around their dining room table, at Christmas time, other times as well, like Thanksgiving, Halloween, but Christmas time, and play party games. You know, the type of games where they would sellotape up newspaper around an object and throw a dice, and you have to take so many wrappers off so quick, according to the number of the dice. We used to have fun times, playing in the pool and so forth, and swimming. But Rhonda says Christina's been fighting with Rhonda all her life, and she said that in court. These are the type of people who are trying to take our kids from us. My daughter, although, she's still my stepdaughter, but I can't show it's my daughter. Mine and Christina's little girl, Lila, and Crystal Brown's son, Braden, our grandson, from us. And all of a sudden, Lila does not like wearing dresses. Yeah, I agree, Brenda. She is in child abuse. And here's another thing. I turned around and saw some photos when Christina was allowed to take photos in the contact centre, making memories. Hello. And Lila was highly medicated. I could see it in her eyes. So I started turning around and checking things out. And Marcus Carlos turned around and sparked a little tour around for me on Google. Ketamine is a form of ecstasy. It calms children down. Here comes the kicker. It can also be used as a form of nasal spray. Or it can be used as a form of juice. Orange juice, Kool-Aid, whatever you want to call it. Here's two accounts of why I know my grandson and my Lila is medicated. Lila turned round and said one time, when the contact used to be over at Rhonda's house, that, Aunt Nana, I need my nasal spray for my allergies. Lila has never had allergies. Tick-tock, hello. And Braden, he was acting up one time in the contact. As boys do, he's a little kid. Hello? They have their little moments and then they get over it and they start playing again. Oh, the CPS officer, who comes from another county. I can't remember it. Anyway, comes back in and goes, oh, Braden forgot to have his juice. And lo and behold, Braden calmed down. You can't turn around and tell me they aren't drugging these kids. And they turn around and have the right gall and the audacity to turn around and say that because of Amanda and her meth addict usage, okay, that my sweet wife, okay, is a meth head. She, if we use an English word, ponces out her kids as prostitution for her old geezer boyfriends to get drugs. Crap, 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 and crap. Yes, I said it. It may be sound vulgar in American culture, but in England, crap is not a swear word. So crap, crap, and crap. My sweet Christina has never, ever been on drugs. Never. And she's been tested negative every time. Why don't they turn round and drug test Samuel every time when he tested positive? Why did Rachel, my other stepdaughter, admit that she'd smoked weed with Samuel, but when it came to the drug test, Rachel was clean and Braden was dirty? Hello? You can't tell me they aren't switching drug testing? Of course they are. They're all liars, Nicole. They are. They are all liars. You don't give a crud about these people. They don't give a crud about us, the Joe public. All they want is your kids. You know, on one report I saw, the police admitted, and this is when a child was murdered. He told me, I said, we need to protect these children as they are our future commodity. What? What? Future commodity? These kids are a gift from God. Now, my form of correction when I used to turn around and bring up my kids in England, yeah, the Bible turns around and says, withhold not the right hand of correction. Does that mean you spank them? No. I know it turns around and says, spare the rod, spoil the child, but did you know that's your rod? Do you know why that's your rod? Sit, listen, and learn. This rod takes privileges. When your child has misbehaved, okay, put him in that bedroom. From the age of 5, I would say, how I used to do it. You got 5 minutes in your bedroom and for you to consider what you did wrong. When you have thought what you did wrong, you can come out and tell me and it's case dismissed. So it's 1 minute for every year. That's how I used to do it. Or it's no candy, no TV. That's how I used to do it. It turns out it says, do not withhold the right hand of correction. There's my right hand. I take what they want until they turn around and learn to behave. And then I used to give them a hug and say, here, take it back. You can have it. That's how I used to do it. That's the right way of correcting your kids. But these CPS officers think that me, Christina, Crystal Brown, are abusive. Who's the abusive ones here? Who's the one who's destroying an 8-year-old's life and a 2-year-old's life, coming up to be 3 at the end of this year? Who are the ones? CPS, their corrupt, fraudulent paperwork, and Rhonda Clark and Cheryl Langford. Oh, by the way, yeah, so I've been told. I used to let it ride, because this is family, but I had enough. These nasty little skanks went to, Las Vegas, and got married, because you can't legally get married in Texas if you're a dyke or a gay. Yeah, you just put it out there, don't you, Brenda? I'm sorry. I think it's funny. Brenda's a wonderful sister. She really is. We class her as a sister, me and Christina. We're going to have to come over sometime and see you. Give you a visit. We keep saying we're going to have to work that out. But, guys, seriously, when there has been no crime committed, CPS will still take your kids. They will still screw up your life. They generate over nearly 60-something odd thousand a year per child. That every child they take into care for foster care, and then they generate money when they adopt them out. Now, I agree, it is a sin. My Bible turns around and says, okay, that God created Adam and Eve. I have a little stint on that. God did not say he created Adam and Steve and Felicity and Pauline. He created Adam and Eve. It says, man shall not lie with man, nor woman with woman. I agree. And if anybody turn around and think dykes and gays and queers, whatever, I'm putting it out there, yeah, we'll be in heaven. Wrong. Sin is sin and hell is hot. There you go. That's my stand on that. But it really hurts me. Really gets to me so deep inside me when I see my sweetheart suffering the way she's suffering. Now, because of all this crud, did you know the CPS took away her Medicaid? Yeah. Now, my sweetheart, who has COPD, because of all this excessive work she had to do, okay, to jump through hoops because of their demands, while thanks to Amanda, I was inside jail at Kakashu Parish in Lake Charles. She had to do all this work, landed up with COPD. And on top of that, she has a gut strangulated hernia, which probably, Brenda, you don't know the extent of that gut strangulated hernia, but what I was told by the doctors in Beaumont Hospital, when she had her gallbladder removed because of 6 gallstones, which are that big, was removed, they turned around and looked at the hernia. It's not just a gut strangulated hernia, it's attached to other organs. It's going to take an 8-hour surgery to remove it. But now you can't have that done, but thanks to CPS, because they're taking away her Medicaid. How sick, how corrupt. This is, it just blows my mind how people can turn around and take a piece of paperwork. I haven't got the actual paperwork on me right now, but they turned around and said they want to do an FBI check on me just so I can have visitation. But Gloria MacDonald, Martha Johnson, and a couple also from Lake Charles who came to turn around and see Lila at the contact centre never had that. So Joycey Davis lied again. And here's another thing, because I really want to get all this out. Rhonda Clark defrauded the FEMA. She defrauded FEMA. She turned around and suddenly realised she couldn't get FEMA rental while we were under her roof. But for someone who turned around and said, okay, that Christina hated her all her life, we were under her roof after Harvey hit for about 3 months. Then she turns around and finds out she can't get FEMA rental because we're under her roof. So she turned around and buys a camper. And this is how it's put. I will buy you this camper. Okay, you're listening to me, Christina? I will buy you this camper. We'll make out it's a FEMA rental. I will keep the title and that, okay? So every time you make payment, by the time it's actually paid off, I will give you the title, the camper's yours. I will do the same with the Hyundai ultra-large van. And we will use FEMA to actually get all this paid off. But did you know Rhonda Clark made extra money on top of that? Nearly between $6,000 to $8,000. It all stopped because I went down to the FEMA office and turned around and shouted my mouth off what Rhonda Clark was doing. We went back, not so long back, and now they're investigating Rhonda Clark, who formerly, and I hope there's somebody who was on here who works for FEMA, who formerly, check this out, lived at 210 Maple Lane, Conroe, Texas. Defrauded the FEMA. These are the type of people we're dealing with. And I have an inkling that, let me pull back a minute. When I was in Kakashu Parish, I called Rhonda one day, and she turned around and said, do you know, Gary, I am down $20,000 because of all this. How the heck can you be down $20,000 when you over in Conroe, the people who are affecting, who, because of all this is being affected by, is in orange? But you're $20,000 down, and she turns and says, get this, I have to recuperate my losses somehow. Dr. Phil won't help. We tried. They're not interested. Even Stephen Wilco, he's not interested. We've done all that. This is, Brenda, this is totally nuts. This is totally nuts. I can't get my mind around it sometimes, okay? I really can't. But there is a good attorney who's a good friend of mine. But he's not just an attorney. And he's now going to start doing some investigating. He is actually an international rights lawyer. He is a high court barrister. You don't have barristers in England, in America, because barristers are over attorneys. Because he is an international barrister under the international law courts of The Hague in Brussels. Note, I said international. That covers the United States as well. So he's going to be turning around doing some investigating. His name is Bishop Gilson. He's on my Facebook. He's an attorney, but he's a high court barrister. I'm going to take on these people. I'm going to tell you something else as well, Brenda. If I have to shed blood to get Lila back and my grandson back where they should be, then be it. This is how much I love this family. People on here don't really realise how much I love my family and how much I love my wife. Yeah, I have my mess ups. Yeah, I've turned around and done screw ups. But you know what? I love this family impeccably. So I would turn around and take a bullet for anybody in this family. Because that's how much I love this family. When I left England, God, I don't know why, because, I turned around and felt the Lord turn around saying, Gary, I'm going to make you become the father of the fatherless. And for those who don't know, James Edward Brown, Christina's ex-husband, is married to the alcohol bottle. He's married to the beer can. And he smokes weed. This is the same man who threw Christina out of the mobile home onto the grass below the deck steps that caused the hernia in the first place. This family has been in church. This family goes to cell groups, midweek meetings. Have you said you can get, have they said? They are going for termination, Nicole. All because of this crud start, because I'm Amanda Brown and somebody else called Taylor Fadoo, who turned around and texted all her little friends and turned around and said, it's all public knowledge, just turn around, you're about to find her address, and they turned around and then blip, 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 maybe under the instructions of Amanda, because before, this is what I found out, before Amanda will actually land up going to jail and then from the jail to the prison, okay, she turned around and said, Mum, I'm going to F, and Brenda knows this, she's heard it on some of the videos, I am going to F your world up. What? Why ain't people paying attention? Why ain't people looking at social media with Amanda Brown and idiots like Taylor Fadoo and all these other little trolls from even out of state who've never even met Christina? Never even met her. Phone Crime Stoppers in Beaumont and then call the Vida Police Department, which we live in Orange. Why didn't they call Orange? No, they called Vida. Okay, but anyway, call Vida Police Department, and all this then kicked off. This is so wrong. Oh, Amanda's been in so many hotels, that's unreal. She was in one hotel one day, she turned around and called us. She goes, Mum, Gary, can you come and get me? The guys actually wired the toilet up to the electrics and want me to sit down and electrocute me. Come to find out when we picked her up, she was high as a kite. She was high as a kite. And sometimes I wish I just dumped this stupid dragon on the road instead of trying to take her to the rehab centre, as she asked. My heart used to be, full of compassion. But jail changes you. Yeah, I got a heart of God. Don't get me wrong, Brenda. Don't get me wrong, Nicole. Don't get me wrong, Lindsay. I have a heart of compassion. But when you get accused of crud and crap that then affects the family that you love dearly and destroys a family, and then have family members from over here in Conroe that are dykes lie about their sister, and I got proof upon proof upon proof that they lied. I got stacks of proof the CPS lied. So much stacks of proof. Let me show you something. I think they're still in here. Well, it might have been taken out, actually. Yeah, it has. I got a blue file in here. It's... You see this CD? Yeah? You see the height of that CD? It's twice the height of that CD, full of evidence. And that's fact, full of evidence. Stuff I've Googled and everything else, stuff the CPS have said, stuff that the attorneys have said. And Greg Dumas, who's supposed to be working for Christina, he's the most stupid, dumb fool I've ever come across. And now all of a sudden, Crystal's attorney turns around and says, oh, because Christina wears that little headband all the time, it actually makes her look mental. Oh, so now Christina's mental because she wears a piece of headdress that has earrings to match? It's jewellery! Hello, I must be mental because I wear a wedding ring. Hello, I must be mental because I have 2 signet rings on my other hand. Hello, I must be mental because I have a little cross on a chain. How pathetic can you get? How dumb pathetic can you get? God bless you, Jonathan. Something has to be done. And if this government is supposed to be for the people and of the people, it's time for the people to stand up and do something about it. Because if not, you're going to get railroaded. This government do not care for its citizens. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. When's the last time you saw a blood-washed, born-again Christian, a Christ-like one, in as president? I will turn around and tell you 2. But it's so long ago that Abraham Lincoln, he ain't even around no more. But if he saw what's going on right now in his country, he would be doing backflips in his grave. When people are going to get this? Oh, CPS are so helpful. They'll turn around and deal with any problems. You think that? They got you so suckered. They got you twisted around your little finger. Did you know CPS used to be a charitable organisation? Now it's government funded. Because the government know they can make money. They can make money off Joe Public. They can turn around and make loads, as we say in England, greenbacks. You get taxed for this, you get taxed for that. Oh, now we can make money off your children. Hi, I'm a social worker. I've just had a report that your child was running around the backyard with just a diaper on. Regardless if it was bloody sunny. Oh, sorry, I swore an English word. Regardless if it was bloody sunny and you got your child running around the little garden sprinkler with his diaper on. Oh, I had a report your child was running around with a diaper. Could I see the child, please? And all of a sudden I see the child and I falsify evidence. But I can because the CPS have their own law. And I take your child. Bye. That's what's going on. When is the American public gonna wake up? What's it gonna take? I'm sitting in the van, can't even see my Lila. And this is breaking Christina's heart because she has to come here every other week to see Lila. And now she can't bring toys in for her to play with. See all this? She's now getting photo albums with loads of photos and things like that to take in. She just took in 2 albums with a load of photos right now of all what's in the camp, of the toys and everything else, the things we brought her, the dresses. Don't mind us turn around and obviously twisting Lila. Oh, by the way, guess what? Rhonda Clark turned around and told Lila, okay, that Gary is a criminal. Gary was taken back to England. He's going to prison. Because he's a wanted man. I had no warrants in the UK. I even helped out the Harlow Police Department on Fridays and Saturday nights down to the Clock House pub. You call it a bar. Because of all the brawls. I thought I might as well try and make myself helpful doing something while I'm here. Even Adam Bainbridge, I used to turn around and use his phone to contact Christina until I actually was able to get a cell phone. I turned around and helped churches in Harlow. I turned around in one church, I decorated his whole church, pulled out all the electrics, rewired the electrics, replumbed the plumbing pipe from the sanctuary because there was a smell kicking up. So we took out the pipe and blocked it off. And lifted the pipe higher so it ran back into the sewer system instead of into the sanctuary. Not that it was coming out in the sanctuary, it just caused a stink because it was stuck in the pipe. So I done all this. Now I come home to my wife. From the CPS office. Well, hang on a minute. Doctors, psychologists, lawyers, attorneys are making money out of this as well. Because the CPS office gets paid. The court-funded attorney gets paid. The judge gets paid. I missed that one. The judge gets paid. And also, as well as the judge and everything else. Okay? So there's 3. Your psychiatric nut doctor gets paid. And they are getting paid, and they don't care if they'll turn around and falsify facts. Now, seeing that did from, I don't know if it's Port Arthur or Needland, made out that Christina was nuttier than nuts. She's not nuts at all. Not at all. Sometimes she's a bit loud, but hey, we live on 2 acres of property, and when the kids are at the other end of the property, of course you're going to call and shout, "Hey, Samuel, come here! Rachel, come here!" You're going to raise your voice. You're not going to go, "Hey, Samuel, Rachel, I need you, come here." You're going to raise your voice. And she's been living on that property for a lot of years. So she's loud. But when she's on the phone, when she was talking once to Choicey, and Choicey turned around and was asking her to take a blood test. And then Choicey turns around and says, "Why are you shouting at me?" Choicey got busted in court. Therefore, she also committed perjury. Because she said she wasn't shouting. There wasn't anything going on. Yeah, Christina is lying. And all of a sudden, Christina pulls up, call X. Christina was driving in the van in the rain with the wiper blades going across the windshield, the plexiglass window. Yeah, you can hear noise through it. So Christina was lifting her voice, just elevating it a little bit to actually make herself heard to Choicey. And the judge goes, "I want to hear that." That's the only time I've ever turned around, so I've been hearing that the judge has done anything. Give those children a drug test. Hey, why won't they? That's the thing, Brenda. Why won't they drug test Samuel and Rachel? Why is it that Angie McCoo sent her kids, and she admitted it, and we have it in text, hello, that she sent her kids down here with it to the property? Her kids. We don't traffic drugs. We don't take drugs. We aren't sex traffickers. We are born again, blood washed, spirit filled children of God, Christians, Christians. We attend church. We attend cell group. We attend the Wednesday meetings. I myself are going back into full-time ministry, preaching and conducting Holy Ghost explosion tours. But right now, I'm focusing on one thing. I want to get my daughter back. You know what I said? My daughter, even though I'm not the biological father. Oh, and get this. On one piece of paperwork, I think it may be in the front here, I'm not sure. But on one piece of paperwork, the CPS falsified evidence, so much so they turned around and said, Gary strongly demands that he has a DNA test because he believes he's the father of Braden. What? What? Crystal is my stepdaughter. She's my daughter. I'm no kiddie fiddler. But guess what? I know who is the biological father. And before we were arrested, Crystal had to go to a maternity court with Keith Carter Payne, and he tested that after his DNA test, he was 99.9% the biological father. Hello? So can I say this? Do you mind if I say it this way, Brenda? Why the hell did the CPS officer turn around and falsify evidence and saying I'm waiting a maternity test? I never even asked for one. I am not the biological father. Keith Carter Payne is. He's a pill-popping punk, just like his mother who's a pill-popping punk, smoking pot, popping summers, and I don't even know what they are. Remember, I'm English. What the heck are summers? I don't know. Popping summers and drinking alcohol. Well, good grief. What? I'm going to say it this way again. What the hell? What right has anyone to turn around and falsify evidence? I'll tell you what right they have, and I'm starting to see it. They don't give a crap about you. They do not give a crap about you or me or any other American citizen. Your children are commodities to the ends of making money to supply money back to the government through a corrupt organisation that even turns around and says, we are our own laws, we make our own laws. Don't believe me? Go to YouTube. Type in Marcus Carlos, CPS corruption, Texas whistleblower. You'll see it. You'll see it. And I'm sure our friend there, Brenda Rowell, has seen them as well. I put one in the group page the other day of Marcus Carlos. I think that's his name. And he was turned around and explaining how he was in the CPS and so forth, okay, and how the CPS office turned around and told him, okay, you have to meet a quota, yeah, and so forth, and talking about drive-bys and everything else. Your kids aren't safe. They stopped visitation to me, Nicole, and I've done nothing flaming wrong. Nothing. All I've done, ever since I come to this country, is preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, I don't know who's Trinitarian and who's Apostolic, I don't care. Okay? But that's all I've done, is preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, as I see it, as my God. Because Jesus turned around and said, if you've seen the Father, you've seen me, for I and the Father are one. One. But I ain't going to go into that discussion. That's for another day. But that's all I've done. I planted churches in Covington. I planted churches in Newport, Kentucky, Covington, Kentucky. I did one over there on Washington Avenue in Cincinnati. I got friendly with Bishop James Chapman from the, I think it was the Maranatha Tabernacle. Anyway, in Cincinnati, so long ago. Okay, first time I walked into the church, he asked me to come and sit on the platform with him. He went like this. I rub shoulders with the bigwigs. And these people are trying to destroy my wife's life, my child's life, my grandson's life, and they're trying to affect the ministry that God's given me, okay? Not forgetting God said, I will make you the father of the fatherless. And I've always stood for these kids. Always. I don't care if they're 28 years old like Crystal. 27? Yeah, 27-year-old like Crystal. I don't care if it's Samuel, Rachel, Lila, Braden. Notice I missed one out. Yeah, I forgive Amanda, but I will never trust her. I never want to see her again. Now, is that anger? Yes, that's righteous anger. Do I hate her? No. But I guess what? You sow what you reap, Amanda Lynn Brown. You sow what you reap. You go to the CPS office, they come to you in jail and you lie and run your mouth because you want to F your mother's world up. Yeah, right. Now look what's happened. I get shipped off to England. I wasn't even properly deported. They just kindly escorted me back. I had no deportation letters, no paperwork. I have one piece of paperwork on me saying that I was to be under referral for release in September 2018 into the care of Christina. No. They shot me up and turned around and sent me back home. Was it 2018? No, sorry, what am I on about? In 2019. So much going on in my head. 18, 19. Anyway, it's 2019. I was arrested in 2018, December 28th. Yes, it's called karma, Brenda. See, I've never, and Brenda, you know this, I've never said much here on Facebook till now. And I am livid. I am so angry. Not angry to commit sin, but angry. I really do believe it's time that everybody stand up and give an account. Protest. They're protesting in England. Where's the bullhorns here in Texas? I don't see no protest. Is there any protests going on in California? Yeah. But why is the rest of the country thinking, oh, but the CPS is such good? Oh, yeah, of course they are. Well, let's all sing the song from Michael Jackson, shall we then? We are the world. We are the people. Let's save all the children. Yeah? Hello? That money, by the way, that they generated on that record went to the CPS. Oh, more money to destroy more people to make more money out of destroyed people. That's it in a nutshell, isn't it? Let's destroy America from the inside out. Let's get all our little children on psychedelic drugs, mind-controlling drugs, so that when they get older, oh, we got this one, says the CPS officer. I may be retired by the time this one has its children, but hey, guess what? I've just generated the next future's money for the CPS because you're on these drugs. Yeah, when you have your child, we're going to take your child because you used to turn around and be on psychedelic drugs. You used to turn around and take medication because you're mental. And why were they mental? Because the CPS made them mental with their psychedelic drugs, with their ketamine and all the rest of it. It's the truth. Yeah, amen to that, Brenda Roll. It's the truth. I am no longer going to keep quiet. If it costs me my life and I get shot, whatever for this, I'm pulling out all the stops for my family. Are you, the rest of the United States, you citizens, are you going to turn around and stand up and say, we don't need CPS? Look, technically, you don't need CPS. You have police. You have police departments. You have FBI who can do investigations. And you turn around and then turn around and take the children after there has been 100% categorical proof that there has been abuse within the family. Okay? That the child is being harmed, bruised, hit. Just like the one we saw the other day on Facebook, kept in a steel bucket with wire mesh over the top of it, and fed it scraps through the wire mesh. What? They are the type of people that need to have their children taken away. But did you know the social services, when they go to a family like that, they won't do it. They'll tell me they want children that are calm and collective. Then they screw them up. Then they make more money out of the children they screw up. That's fact. That's fact. I've got an officer sitting there right in front of me right now who actually is an armed officer in the CPS contact building. Don't believe me? He's come out here and actually smoking a cigarette. Let me flip the camera a minute. There he is. There he is. Armed officer in a CPS office full of kids. What? What? Crazy. Absolutely mental. I'm speechless half of the time. It blows me away. Yeah, exactly. If a sister hates sister, can't love niece. Well, get this. Because Christina can no longer take toys in to the CPS contact office for Lila to play with, and obviously she brings them back home with her, Christina does, okay? It's going to cause a jealousy rift because Braden's allowed toys. But that's what the CPS want. They want to screw up Lila's head to the point where not so long back, Lila turned around and came out with the statement, it's all about Braden. It's all about Braden. What are they going to do now? You see how much it's going to affect her now? I got a silly emergency number come up. There you go. It's going to really affect her. Lying about dresses. These with the issues with the toys, the photos, the videos. Hey, let me ask you a question. When a child's on a school bus going to school, and you have obviously different age groups on that bus, okay? Are you Don't you think that that child's gonna hear some really bad language at the back of the bus where the Beastie Boys bad kid style lifestyle, you know, the F words and everything else, the bomb word, whatever, blah, 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 is going on, that the kids hear this? And they're using Christina, against Christina, the videos she makes, because Lila on one of them, yeah, was in the van. Christina didn't let her see the video. Okay, she may have heard what was going on, and Christina was talking at the same time, and Lila's trying to do this, and Christina's doing this. And Lila's trying to do this, and Christina's doing this, moving the camera so she can't see. That's a normal bloody mother. Any bloody mother would do that. They wouldn't flip the camera and go, hey, take a look, would they? A normal mother would turn around and go, keep moving the camera, because the kid's trying to keep moving the camera. They're using that against her as well. Oh, Christina turns round and puts Lila and Braden in harm's way. Especially Lila, being she's the biological daughter of Christina. That Christina, she has no thought of how to protect her child. What? Hello? Excuse me? What? In court, just recently, okay, comes trotting into the court, Dale Riviere. And you've got to say, who's Dale Riviere? Dale Riviere is the cocaine drug addict who works for Synergy, okay, who is actually Lila's biological dad. And he has never made any effort to see Lila until now. But then in court, CPS has turned around and given him the option, yeah, to terminate his rights. And his wife and him agree to it, to terminate his rights, even though he's never seen Lila. But they won't allow me to see Lila, who I've been around nearly 4 years, come 5 years at the end of this year, okay, with her tipping her head to one side saying, can I call you daddy? I've been more of a father to these kids than their biological fathers. James Edward Brown is the most biggest drunked out loser you can think of. He poops and pees on himself, causes a stink and everything. Well, they're coming back to the van now. That's my rant. And Brenda, I promised you I would turn around and tell it all. And today I have. You United States citizens, you better turn around and wise up, and you better turn around and protect yourself. Download the Call X app. I'm out of here. Shalom. Bye-bye for now.